You know, you have to adapt to them. We had to essentially be, and he didn't quite use these words, but...
Torrientes continues in central midfield along with Carlos Soler, Guedes, Liso and youngster Mestranza, and up front in their change strip, all in orange, Getafe in their familiar Mestranza. And I really like the Friday night slot.
Oh, the Friday night slot I like. The Monday night slot I'm not so fond of. I was asked about this yesterday, and he made the point that while it's true that they're big, their impact on the numbers, but also the way they play, I think those two are...
Lisa does a good job. It's set up for Adam Barry, who can hit it. Takes an outcome
in the rhythm, and Adam Barry is perhaps a bit more physical, has a bit more of what Spaniards always refer to as llegada, the ability to arrive in the area at the right impact.
And he's Take Kubo, obviously a player who can make a big difference for Real Sociedad. Away from Spain. Certainly maybe a watch.
There was no doubt about.
There's Take Kubo again looking to turn.
Tafe really did.
Nicely worked there by Guedes. Here he is, the Portuguese. And that was it.
So.
Okay, Sergio Gomez pushes forward. That's a good cross in. There's with Calatasaar and Martin.
And I suspect we might see more of that than the higher press today. Didn't quite happen, did it?
No.
But as you say, he's been very impressive in his appearances so far.
Sabal, Take. There's enough talent there that if they do...
The draw, it was about not having to travel.
It's a decent ball, nodded wide, and it was Mestranza who got on the end.
Without actually playing.
Down at the other end, Take Kubo looks to pull it back.
In games.
Here's Take Kubo again, taking on Diego Rico, who brings him down. And that is the free kick for... With the free kick, left-footed, drilled in at that near... Well, not even drilled in, hitting it. That might come to Take. Instead, it's Diego Rico.
3 goals. Still on 3 goals.
Okay, here's Brais Mendez, just slip. Sergio Gomez. Nice turn, though, from Oyarzabal, who is, let's just say, Ciudad. And Guedes battling away, forcing a corner. Getafe don't like the decision, but... Let's get a bit of movement from Real Sociedad. Another Getafe player in agony.
But really a bit unnecessary as well.
And then
I actually thought, you know, he called, I can't remember who it was that did it to him now, he called profile errors that see this attack first.
Once again, it's Mestranza.
But context, I'm not sure whether he's quite that level within a Premier League context. The relentlessness of it, relents.
Appeals for handball there. Again, Rico
and that's the nearest club to here. Could be, you know, a quick drive across the motor. Oviedo, I must admit, I don't know who the other one is.
That goal kick once again sends it long.
To switch things, didn't seem this need maybe physically to give players a rest or to bring on a saves off.
Unfortunately, he's going to fall.
Which he might have tomorrow night, to be honest.
No, he's out injured, isn't he? I'm from after joining Real Sociedad from Almeria at the cost of 30 million. Sends that one over the top and clip there from Mario Martin. Foul in attack, continuing to be very
tough time of it. I think he was really keen to go back to Valencia this year. I think had he had probably frustration with himself for having misjudged it. Didn't give it, to be honest, because I think it's very easy to give those and very hard to ignore them, even if you're convinced.
Well, this time the landsman's not giving it, but
at the moment is the bottom left corner of the Getafe
chance for
team.
Brais, and that is a screamer! Brais Mendez puts Real Sociedad ahead with an absolute cannonball, which isn't that different, actually, to the goal that I remember that Budimir scored a couple of weeks ago for Osasuna. But an absolute beauty from Brais Mendez. Plan a little bit to get back into this. Looks as if that has gone out. Yom. Once again, Rico losing out to Take.
Battle with La Liga at the moment about whether or not they have the financial fair play margin to do so.
Is there an equaliser in this for Getafe before the break. Take Kubo looks for Kubo. Miss-hit there by Diego Rico. Kubo goes down and the offside.
I think he's given offside, yeah. He was certainly a little bit further away from this, from a visual point of view.
To polish my glasses. On this pitch, back with Luis Milla. Good position to try and cross that one in. So Real Sociedad coming into this game.
Most part. And it now looks like Javi Munoz is over on the left.
The numbers as well. Getafe.
That his team has been given a reputation. Whether well-earned or not is a different...
It's played on the referee. And there, Guedes fires just wide. Once again, the home fans asking for a free kick.
Possibly.
Itake gets a little bit...
Yeah, you would imagine, wouldn't you, that Mr.
Looks to take on Rico, and he certainly got the beating of him for speed, but I wonder if he did pick up a little strain or cramp. But away, here's a fine chance for Real Sociedad, and that is a howler of a miss from Mikel Oyarzabal. You wouldn't...
When he's at his best, I think he's great to watch. He kind of barrels at people, doesn't he? And he's had that floated into net, we'd all be saying, oh, didn't he do well to take his time?
That's a good... Just play from Torrientes once again. Sergio Gomez appearing in a good place or not. This time, Soria Barrenechea. Oh, if they don't win test. Good news for Oyarzabal.
Yeah. Built entirely almost of lone players.
I think all except two at the start in the Super Cup semi-final, which looked pretty clear, but
last year really was a one-off. Extraordinary job done as well by Alessio Lissi, not entirely decided.
Here's Take Kubo and Barrenechea once again. Kiko. By the way, just really having a good game.
Well, he's a fullback who doesn't stay in the fullback position. He comes inside, I suppose, that inverted fullback that's
17 out of 18 shots. Take once again gets into the area that cannons off about everybody, and it's another corner.
But
that's a decent ball put in. Juanmi had a sniff of goal the Getafe time last week. It's a good cross as well. And this time it is Adam Barry popping up where Getafe find themselves with a very limited squad. Sukic.
Well, the squad's been limited all year.
Movement end to end, chances in both goals. First half was a little bit tactical.
For Crystal Palace now, for it to count as a game, you have to play at least 45 minutes. He said earlier in the season, we're the only team with only one forward. We're the only team. What kind of deal do you get for them, and what kind of damage does it do to you?
Well, I mean, the only players with us. Lovely ball through the middle. That first touch. Real Sociedad next weekend. No big ask. Barca in there. It's a little flick. Remiro comes, and there, what were we saying? They don't need a great deal to score, and it is Juanmi against his former club, Getafe, from basic.
巻いてくるボール。来たー。劇的。押し込んだアランブル。
久保のボールも良かったですし、アランブルがここで決めてきましたからね。